Hello folks, Rob aka MaximumRD back again. I'd like to apologize if there's been any audio issues in the last few videos. My camera is getting flakier and flakier. I'm having more and more problems with it. Unfortunately, I'm in no position to replace it anytime soon. So just bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. And yeah, let's move on. I've been going through my collection recently, sorting and organizing, and this is why I showed you all my GameCube memory cards, taking care of two things at once. In this video I like to go through my PlayStation and Dreamcast cards. I'll start with the PlayStation because quite frankly for PlayStation 1 I only have 4 cards. I mean, that's enough, and there's nothing too exciting about it. I don't believe any of them are actual Sony. I'm sure if any of them were Sony, it would be plastered all over them. But they're cheaper third-party cards, again, that I just dug up wherever. I actually didn't think I had any extra Sony memory cards, but going through my collection, I came across some. Because it's been a long time since I've used them. I generally, and I know, I'm sorry, but I generally just play original PlayStation 1 games on my PC, because I have most of my stuff packed away, and I use the EPSXE emulator with plugins to give it's got great compatibility. And I mean, this isn't a video about emulation, that's a whole new subject, but whether you're for it or against it, PlayStation 1 emulation is really good on the PC when configured properly. So I use that mostly for PlayStation 1 games. PlayStation 2 I still tend to use the console because it's not nearly as good. But anyway, let's get on to the point of this video. So the memory cards, I have this one here. This is by Interact, or I should say, sorry, it says Performance. And that's all I know about this card. It doesn't say too much else. You know, typical, this device complies with FCC, blah, 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 garbage, and a whole bunch of numbers that mean absolutely nothing to me. I believe they're all standard capacity memory cards. There's the, and I have 2 like this that simply say memory card and nothing more. Yeah, I should take a look at these, see what's on them. And then lastly, this one called Super Memory Card 1000, which again, I don't think it's any greater capacity. It's just another knockoff, cheap, no-name card for the PlayStation 1. So that's it for PlayStation 1. Let's move on to a slightly more impressive collection for Dreamcast. Now, although this isn't actually a memory card, I swear I remember at one time in my history having a card that was... would that be possible? No, I guess you couldn't have a trimmer pack and save card in one, could you? Because it's 2 different slots. But I swear I did. Anyways, so I have these two. These aren't actually memory cards. They're just rumble packs for the Dreamcast. I have 2. They're also by Performance. I must have got some incredible deal on Performance products. Well, most likely they were just thrown into bundles that I got. So these are just the rumble packs. I have 2. So I guess 1 for each controller. Now, as far as official Sega cards, well, VMU as they are known on the Dreamcast, they have the same function as saving games as most memory cards, but also you'll notice they have this battery, which are notorious for dying very quickly. But the idea being with this battery, and I'm sure none of these are alive anymore, you can, yeah, I doubt any of them are alive. But if you see this LCD display, mini games would provide you with a variety of little mini games that you could actually play in the VMU. Hell, you could even take this thing on the go and play it. I never did. I was never interested in that. My favorite use for this, not surprisingly, knowing what I like, was actually playing Resident Evil. I think it was Code Veronica on the Dreamcast. Because your health status, like your heartbeat and your health status and everything would come up right in this visual memory unit. So you wouldn't actually have to go back to that screen to check. So that was pretty cool. So I have a smoke black, or is it charcoal gray smoke? I don't know, something like that. And then I have 2 transparent blue official cards. Pretty nice. Yeah, I don't think any of them are alive anymore. Those batteries died so quickly. So, and then other than that, I have two. Big surprise by performance. It says Mega Memory Card. I haven't checked if these actually have more capacity or not. You think with a name like Mega they would, but who knows. I'll check those later. So there. And last but not least, by HKEMS.com, importer of fine Chinese products. No, it could be from Japan actually. But these were interesting actually. They actually performed very well. I never had a problem with these. This one looks a little different. Well, this is 400 blocks. I think this is actually 2 meg. Oh no, this is 2 meg standard, I think. And then these are 4 meg. So they held more capacity, these ones. So nice transparent green, transparent purple, and then this one here, like a transparent blue. I liked these cards for the simple reason, at the time when I was heavily into Dreamcast, you notice there's a little port on the top here. See, all 3 of these cards have a little port on the top. Right there. And the pages, you could flick through pages of memory just by pressing this switch to get a different set of game saves. But that wasn't all. That little port on top would actually connect to a cable that would connect to your PC. And you would load software. And you could transfer saves back and forth. And you could actually go to some sites. I have no idea where you would find these things now, if they're even available. And you could download saves, hacked saves, all kinds of game saves, and transfer them directly from the PC to your card and back again for backup purposes. I was so much into it that this is the cable that connects to it. See, that's the cable that connects right there. Right there. And but the other end connected to, I believe it was, I want to say parallel port. Well, it's a 25-pin Centronics port or something like that. Old terms I'm not as familiar with. But I had this data switcher because I'm pretty sure I had both my printer and this card hooked up to my PC at one time, and this allowed me to switch between them. So yeah, it was pretty cool for the time, and I did go online and download saves and backup saves on my PC. At that time, Dreamcast was the only console I had, so I was really into doing all that kind of thing. Really cool stuff. I often wonder if it, like, now they have USB to like printer port adapters. I wonder if I hooked up one of those and then, you know, maybe hook this up, I could get it all working again. It's probably more trouble than it's worth. I mean, really, nowadays, I mean, you could find game saves and torrent files, and basically for Dreamcast, I got a disc that's basically a ton of game saves on the disc itself, and it allows you to load it into the Dreamcast and manipulate saves back and forth in that manner. So, but you know, in the evolution of these devices, it was quite interesting, some of the options that they came up with. So that's it. That's my look at Dreamcast and PlayStation memory cards, and I'll see you later.